Hey guys, so don't mind the hair. Your girl is going to retwist her hair by the end of this week, but we're gonna just let it. We just gonna let it do what it do. So I'm gonna pre-record some content for you guys since I will be healing in a couple of days. So without further ado, let's get to it. So we're gonna be working on another custom, similar colors. Actually, I think it's all the same colors that we used in a previous live. So we're going to get our string together first. As always, we are using our electric bead spinner, also our wooden bead spinner. We're going to use our 100% merc cotton thread, and we're going to measure out 64 inches of string. So you use 64 inches if you're trying to do like a 50-inch strand. I make all of my strands standard size of 50, but if you want it longer or shorter, that is up to you. So we're going to make our string nice and thick. We're going to do this 14 times until we have 14 strings together. So this is 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
almost there.
12, 13, and last one, 14.
So now that we're done with that, we're going to cut off our string. All right, and then I like to make one knot. You don't have to, that's optional. I just like to do it sometimes. We are opening up all of our loops, and we're going to feed our needle and connect our needle to our thread. I already pre-strung it, so we're going to grab one side of it, put them through the loops, and then make a knot. You only need one knot, and occasionally that knot might come undone, so you might have to do this step more than once, but you know, patience, patience, patience. So we're gonna bring it to the middle. See how it's in the middle of the string and the thread? Don't have it too close to here, don't have it too close to here, because when you're trying to string on your beads, what ends up happening is that you end up creating extra bulk on your strand, and then the beads don't want to slide down. So the first string that we're gonna do is gonna be clear, primarily clear. She wants a clear with white, a small amount of black and blue. So we're gonna do mostly clear, and then throughout the strand, we'll add in some black and blue, just a little bit. She don't want too much, just a couple at random. So I thought about how I wanna do this. I'm gonna add the actual blue and black inside of the mix, because I know that she wants it spaced out, but majority of it she wants it to be clear. So we're just gonna sprinkle in just a couple so that it's like randomly throughout. So that's how it looks before we mix it up. And I'm gonna put this overhead so you can see me actually beating these on. All right, so now we are in bird's eye view. Is that what you would call it? I don't know. Turn on our bead spinner and mix it up. Just like that. So she was very particular on how she wanted it. So that's why we're doing it this way. So, well, first thing we're going to do is put our needle in, just like that. And randomly, it's going to pick up those accent colors. And it takes some of the math out, kind of relax and not have to overthink the pattern. Of course, we got to make our anchor knot. So we're going to slide it to the bottom, right to where I put that little knot at. And we're going to tie it 3 times. So 1, 2, one good. And that's how you make your anchor knot. And now we're going to just slide the rest down our string, just like that. We're going to continue adding on our bead. This is going to be a full strand. So this one's going to be completely clear and white. Black colors of this one will represent confidence, truthfulness, boldness. Just to name a color. Chain 2 that's going to accompany this one is going to have a accent bead area that we will work on. So the colors that we did yesterday was gold, rose gold, black, and a clear red. And again, this is a custom piece. This is just something that somebody had as a vision, and I am just bringing it to life. You know, I am just seeing the vessel for what she want to wear around her waist, and I love it. I love having the freedom to get the colors and be like, all right, I got you. I got you. Don't worry. So we're going to just keep doing this. Ooh. See how that's the bead spinner almost ate up my string? So this is how it's looking right now. Okay. And we're going to continue that all the way down until we get to 50 inches. We have reached the 50-inch mark. Well, now we're going to cut off our string. Snip that off. And then we're going to slide one bead down and make another anchor bead. So we got one bead, slide it down about an inch before you hit the bottom, and then tie 3 knots around that bead. So 1, 2, and 3. Then make a slip knot. Also, double check on the channel. I did upload a video on how to make and perfect your slip knot. So I hope you guys are practicing. It's the only way to get better. And we're going to do another slip knot here. Just like that. And then final reveal. And that's how it looks. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the second strand. So now we're going to do mostly clear with a couple of rose gold, white, and black. So we're going to grab some gold and just sprinkle it in there. Not too much. A little bit more white. So I have a white and clear mix here already. Add that there. And then put that away. And now we are about to get beaten. So we're going to redo our string and connect our string to the needle. I already have some pre-done that I have prepared. And now we're going to open up all of our loops. You should have about 7 loops. Locate each loop and open it. Don't skip over any of them. Make sure you got all of them collected. So we're opening them up. Take your time. Because if you end up like forgetting to get all of the loops, you'll end up with a really nasty knot. And it is not fun. And then you'll have to restart your string and redo all this stuff. And it's just not worth it. So just make sure that you're being patient and you're opening up all of your loops. So that's all of them opened up. Now we're going to get our connected string, which is about maybe 5 inches of string. And always cut using your scissors. Don't pop it. Don't pop it like that. Use the scissors. And we're going to feed it through our needle. And then feed these to our working string. So for this strand, because we're making it with accent beads, the accent beads is going to be clear and black. All right. So let's get this onto our spinner. turn our bead spinner on and put this away. So for right now, we're just going to get this onto the string until we get about 23 inches of beads onto the string. We got to also do our anchor bead. So I'm just going to get some beads on first before I even get to that part. But that's just because I'm keeping a mental note to do it. But when you're like beginner, make sure that you just do that from the jump, because you'll end up forgetting all about it, and then your beads go flying off your string, and you just be feeling real dumb, like, oh, I should have remembered. So that's secured. Now we're gonna pull this down like this, and that's how it's looking so far. I think I want to add a little bit more black to it, just so it's more throughout the strand. I feel like it's a little bit naked. Alright, so let's continue on. So we have reached the 23-inch mark. I simply just put that on the table and measured it out. And then we're going to use these beads along with some clear. I'm going to grab some clear accent beads as well that I have. So we're going to do 10 of these clear. I'm just going to use a scooping method so I don't have to put it in a whole bowl. So you're just going to scoop up 10 beads. So that's 5, 7, 10. And then we're going to slide on our black accent bead and then do another 10 of our clear. And we're going to repeat that until we finish the design of swapping back and forth the black between the clear. 7, 10. Okay. So let's go find our clear accent bead real quick. I have some here. Oh, actually, I have 2 here. So we're going to do that. Let me show you a quick close-up. So we're going to put that on. So we already did the black with the clear in the middle. Then we're going to put a clear accent bead. And then go in again with 10 more.
Clear. And then again back to the black. So
5, 7, 10. Back to the black. And then another 10.
8 and 10.
And then one more of the clear, and then the last of the full clear. 10 more beads of the clear. On days like this, I'm happy to have my 6, 8, my shark vacuum, because like when I finish this video, it will be sucking up and doing its job. So this is how the middle is looking. And now we're just gonna go back in with the rest of the second half of the strand. So I'm gonna turn this back on. And make your hole. I don't have a lot in here, so it's very crucial to put it to the side, so that the beads can actually climb up onto the needle. Also, what I like to use is my wooden bead spinner when I'm not using a lot of the bead, because you are more in control of the speed, and it has the middle section already blocked off. so you don't really have to worry about making this hole that I constantly continuously make. Making your life a little more simpler. And you again, you can use a cup, a container, whatever you have, and you can manually put these beads onto the string. It may take longer, but it's worth it. So I'm going to come back when I get to the end and show you the final results. So I'm actually going to move over to my wooden bead spinner to finish up the last of this strand. Because again, I'm not using a lot of beads. See how it automatically goes to the sides? That's what I be talking about when I make that well in the middle of the electric one. So we're gonna just get those beads on, and you see how I can control the speed of my beads getting onto the needle, and then slide it down. So this is why I kind of, it depends on what I'm making when I will pull out my OG wooden bead spinner. But the electric bead spinner is just as nice. I will be leaving links to all the items that I'm using in today's video in the description box below if you want to grab you some. Everything will be there except for the beads, but I will list a wooden bead spinner that I recommend, electric bead spinner, also the needle that I'm using, and the thread. So you will have to just find your beads. You can always get your beads from Etsy or wherever beads are sold. You can check out Michael's, you can look at Joann's. Now when you buy it in store, I feel like you spend more money on the strong beads, but it's good to get started, or if you're making this for yourself, you know, what's a little $8 or whatever. So we're gonna see if we're almost done. I'm gonna measure. Alright, so I'm gonna keep on going. I'm not where I need to be at yet. So we're gonna continue this. And then we're going to do the final reveal and see how it's looking on the mannequin to get a real good idea of this design. Like and comment and share this with somebody who needs to see this, and make sure your notification bells are on so you get alerts when I upload videos or go live. I do go live for the most part. If you're on the Eastern Standard Time, I usually go live between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. So, so that you're not missing out, you can just throw me on and then we can vibe out. Now I'm going to measure. So my desk is 40 inches wide. So I always know when I hit 40. So that's 40. We have 43.5 inches. So what I usually do is my mic died. So what I usually do is I line up each side and try to measure each side to make sure that they line up and match up with each other. And then I'll continue on until, it's pretty uniform. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to the bottom just so that the bottom can kind of match up. Matter of fact, if I'm over the amount, what I'll do is I'll clip off that anchor bead, and then after that, I'll cut it down to the 50-inch mark that I'm doing. So right here is where you'll see the cutting off that anchor bead, emptying off the string, putting it back into the bead spinner, and then I leave one of those beads and then make another anchor knot. So no big deal, just want that uniform look, So of course we're going to end this with the slip knot. Again, if you don't know how to do your slip knot, go check out the video because I did step by step in depth on how you can become a pro and doing so. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off our needle from our attached string, and then bring down one bead and then tie 3 knots around that bead for another anchor bead so that our beads don't fall off of our string, and then followed by another slip knot just like that. And finally, we are up to the awaited moment of seeing the final results, and this is what it looks like. So beautiful. So yeah, now what I'm about to do is put them together, get a clear idea of how the two clear mixes look together. And this is what it looks like. And you can see those black details with the accent beads. And yeah, it looks pretty. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go in and put everything onto my mannequin. This string we did on a previous live, so we're going to actually use this one on this set instead because this is what the girl wanted. So let me untangle this mess real quick, and then we're going to put it onto our mannequin. So before we do that, this is how it looks, just wrapped around my hand. Pretty, and I love it. So, ta-da! This is how it came out. Really cute. Like I said, the colors represent wealth, boldness, passion, and truthfulness, honesty. So if you're feeling this content, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section, would you wear something like this?